Honorable Men Discord. Antonio Brown was arrested. Let's talk about it.
How you see yourself is how you perceived. I see a man strong, gifted, head strapping, never down on his knees, begging. Gotta make a way, even in my darkest hour. Say the odds against me was new. I would never cower.
As always, welcome back to another episode. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And by all means, if you have something you'd like to share about this episode, I'll see you in the comment section. So let's get straight to it. If you haven't heard, former NFL receiver Antonio Brown was arrested and extradited from Dubai, where he was arrested, and brought over to New Jersey, where at the time of this recording, he's in New Jersey awaiting to be transported to Miami. So just to bring you up to speed, if you're unaware of this, let's take a listen and a look at this news report, and we'll talk about it further.
6 months on the run, detectives have found former NFL star Antonio Brown. Brown was wanted for attempted murder after police say he shot at someone during an amateur boxing event. NBC6's Nico Clemens is live in Miami. And Nico, where exactly did police find Brown?
Well, Trina, Miami police say after months of searching, investigators found Brown in the Middle East. U.S. Marshals have brought him back to the U.S. and detectives will bring him here to Miami to face charges. This right here is the warehouse where police say Brown got into a fight and then fired those shots.
Back up, Pop! Pop, back up!
Months after police say he pulled the trigger, investigators found and arrested former NFL star Antonio Brown in Dubai. Miami police say he was wanted for attempted murder.
Pop, back up!
Detectives say in May, Brown shot at someone at a boxing event in Miami's Little Haiti neighborhood. An arrest warrant says Brown got into a fight with a man. Moments later, gunshots.
We had all these witnesses that pointed their finger at Antonio Brown.
Someone later recorded a video that appears to show him in handcuffs. However, investigators say when they searched Brown, they didn't find a gun on him or anyone who was hurt, so they let him go. Investigators say they later watched surveillance and cell phone videos, which showed Brown grabbing a gun off a security officer and going towards the man he just fought. The other man later told detectives Brown shot at him. Miami police say while Brown was on the run, he posted videos to social media.
He was kind of like taunting us, like saying, hey, I'm safe here, you know? And that's what we interpreted from those videos. But you know what? He was laughing then. We're getting the last laugh.
A search that lasted months now ends with detectives preparing to bring Brown back to Miami to face charges.
No matter who you are, what power or what money you have, if you commit a crime in the city of Miami, we're going to identify you, we're going to locate you, and we're going to bring you to justice.
So right now, Brown isn't here in South Florida. He's in New Jersey. That's where U.S. Marshals brought him. But again, detectives will bring him here. We will let you know when that happens and when he has to face those attempted murder charges. Nico Clemens, NBC6 News.
So that was a news report regarding this incident. This incident happened in May, I believe, May 17th. And following May, in June, there was a warrant for his arrest. But it said that he did not respond to the warrant, didn't turn himself in. He fled, if you will, to Dubai. And there was reports that he was, making posts from Dubai, somewhat taunting officials. Now, I don't know if that is accurate, but it's been said that he was taunting officials from Dubai. Needless to say, the U.S. Marshals got involved, and they are the ones who pursued him in Dubai and brought him back to the States, New Jersey, awaiting to go to Miami to be tried. So this is an unfortunate situation, but most importantly, what do we learn from this? We learn what we already know. Mental health is a real thing. I honestly believe he deals with a lot of mental health issues because this isn't his first time with the law. I believe there was a domestic situation at one point that even made it online between him and a spouse. I think he kicked her out the home or something like that. But it's definitely mental health. We're not going to just chalk this up to this as just the norm. This is everyday behavior for people who you can say normal. And I'm not saying he's not a normal individual, but this is not normal behavior. So let's put it like that. I don't want to really put labels on him as a person, but I will say, based on the stuff that's been hitting the news involving his name, even things that have been done on field as a professional when he played, it showed signs that he's a little bit off. Okay? We could agree to disagree. He seems off. Now, with that being said, coming off the recent episode that I did on the Cowboys player that passed away at 24, unfortunately, Nealon, this is no different. The man needs help. Now, we could, again, agree to disagree, but Antonio Brown needs help, and maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Maybe this is the timeout that he needs, and maybe through this whole ordeal, he'll seek counseling and be able to find himself, because he's lost. The man is lost. And if you don't believe he's lost, I'd like to hear your reasoning to why you think he's not lost. But again, surface level, some of us, I'm not saying all of us, some of us may look at it like, man, he had the world in the palm of his hands. Played in the NFL, got a chance to play with the NFL's arguably the greatest quarterback ever in Tom Brady. And look at how his life has been spiraling out of control, right? And he's claiming that he was jumped, right? But I think his best bet is, at this point, hire a lawyer if he hasn't already, and let them do the speaking for him, because, I went through some articles about this, and it seems as though it's a little bit bizarre. Now, the one opportunity I feel he has to really defend against this is the fact that he was detained after the event temporarily and then let go. So I think that's there lies an opportunity for him and his legal team, if he chooses to have one. That's an opportunity for them to investigate that, because he can always argue, well, I was detained, I said my side of the story. At the time, they didn't have they didn't find a victim to, I guess, go against what he had to say, and so he was let go. I'm assuming that person, at some point in time, either they checked into a hospital, or maybe they came forward and said, hey, this former athlete by the name of Antonio Brown, he shot me. And that's why at that point he was sought after in June. But the problem is if he knew they were looking for him and he intentionally went to Dubai, it's a sign of guilt. It's a sign of guilt. Now, I don't have all the information on this, so I don't want to speculate. But regardless of the fact he's here now, meaning he's in this place, he's locked up in New Jersey, awaiting to go to Miami, and it's just unfortunate. But maybe this is a gift in disguise, because, again, this gives him a timeout to seek counseling. Maybe he'll seek counseling behind bars, and it'll help him get his life together. I'm not saying everyone should be in prison as a means to get their life together, but sometimes there are individuals out there that they have no control over their actions or their life, and sometimes when they're in a environment where they're limited on what they can do and they're restricted, it helps put discipline within their life. It helps present discipline in their life when they don't know how to do it for themselves. And I wish him the best. I don't enjoy covering topics like this, but it's necessary to cover it and to just speak on it because, again, much like the unfortunate passing of Nealon from the Cowboys, an outsider looking at these names, these celebrity names, these athlete names, you may start to think that they have the perfect life and they have it all together. But it shows no matter how successful you are or how unsuccessful you are, the same things persist if not treated. All right. You could call it mental health. You could call it demons. These things persist no matter what your circumstances are. It's unavoidable. Sometimes when you become super successful, it makes matters even worse. So, again, I wish Antonio Brown nothing but the best. I'll be keeping a close watch of this. And as always, you know, if you have something you'd like to share pertaining to this episode, I'll see you in the comment section. And as always, stay honorable.